All right, today is August 28th, and Carsen and I are making our first journey up to Minnesota to try to find some property for me to hunt this fall. Tonight's plan is pretty much just going to be door knocking. We have a handful of areas that we want to try, so we're going to just go door to door and hopefully pick up a piece of property to be able to hunt. And, well, we're officially across the Minnesota line, so anything now is fair game.
Want to try this farm?
Does it look good?
I think it does. Good luck, champ.
Money. He's like, go for it. Got his number. He hunts a little, but not a whole lot. And he said he's seen some nice bucks back here in the past. So awesome, dude. Everything about that felt really good. I'm really excited about this. I told him we're gonna be back in the morning to put a bunch of cameras up. So
let's go check that field. Let's go.
Let's do it. So we've walked almost all of this property now. Found some really cool spots. Not a whole lot that is, I guess, obvious pinching deer into the fields. There's just runways going in and out everywhere. There's a lot of deer in here. And we've got the first two cameras pretty spread out. And we went a ways trying to find a spot for the third camera and just never found anything that really stood out. And we're to the last little point that comes out in the field here. And we found this crossing, and it's, I don't know how much the deer are hanging out in this little block, but back behind us there's a huge block of timber, river bottom, and then up this way is all the fields. And they kind of just funnel out of this point, I think. And right here there was like 4 or 5 different runways that converge at the head of this ditch. About the only point they can cross it. We're going to try this one for the last one and scout our way back to the truck. Today is September 16th, and it's the day we've been waiting for all year. It is opening day of the Minnesota archery season. Myself, Alex, and then Carsen behind the camera were the 2 interns for Hoyt's Bowhunting Whitetails for the fall. And I'm from Michigan, and I'm still in college, therefore I'm unable to get residency in Iowa. So we decided that we'd give Minnesota a shot this year. We're actually only sitting about 30 yards off the public land. So basically we're hunting the public, hunting deer coming off the public. We just are accessing through private and are able to hunt the private field. Thanks a lot to the farmer that is gracious enough to let us come on here and hunt. But this is where I'm going to be doing the majority, if not all, of my hunting this fall. I'm really excited. Obviously it's a new property to us. After we gained permission, Carsen and I spent a whole day just kind of plowing through this farm, trying to figure out how deer use it. What's really cool about this, and what I'm really excited for, this is kind of the first time ever that I've went into hunting season with a blank slate. I don't have any particular deer I'm after. Obviously with the cameras it's nice to know what's around, but I'm not basing what I'm shooting off those cameras. It's more or less just to know what's in the area, or maybe have pictures of a deer I end up hopefully shooting. But I'm just in here going to enjoy my time, and if I see a buck I want to shoot and gets me excited, I'm going to shoot it. We've got squirrel hunters shooting 20, there's a shot right there. We've got squirrel hunters shooting 22s and shotguns on both sides of us, but I'm guessing the deer are pretty used to that. So there's a lot of field. Like I said, we're just kind of starting as an observation set, see what happens. Hopefully see some deer and get an idea on how to keep chasing them throughout this next couple weeks and into the rest of the season. Same dudes. 16th, that was Saturday. Probably why we're not seeing deer, because there's guys trespassing on this place. She smoked. Dude, nice. Told you we were getting one this morning. Well, it's only 7 o'clock, and we had these deer around us since before light, so we weren't able to do an opening interview. These 2 big does came in together, and were within like 60 yards of us for about a half hour, and eventually just worked in perfect. That's awesome. Jacked. We have been grinding. It has been such a struggle. We've only seen 4 deer in 7 hunts. Or this is hunt 7, so 4 deer in 6 hunts. Between squirrel hunting pressure and everything. And this spot is this little corner of this permission private that we have off the public land and the neighbors. And we scouted this in the summer and had a camera in here, and we had 1 nice buck and a bunch of does, so we figured with the wind we were going to sneak in here and try it. Paid off, so. But it's way early. We're knocking another arrow and sit tight for a little bit, so it's awesome, man. Calm down. How about that? 2 does and 2 hunts for us. Let's go. Well, we found her. She went about 150 yards. Complete death run the whole time, but you know, going downhill they can get a long ways, and when she got a little weird, looked like she started circling and then beelined it right down into this ditch, so we got to try to figure out a way to get her out of here. But I'm happy to wrap my doe tag around this big girl, and we'll come up here sporadically and, you know, try to get a shot at a buck. But
for now, we're gonna enjoy it. We got a lot of work to do to get her up out of here, and it's about probably a mile and a half, 2 miles back to the truck and then get her cleaned up. So a lot of work ahead of us, but really fun morning in the Minnesota deer woods.
It is the afternoon of October 28th, and we're back in the tree in Minnesota. Today is just the perfect rut day. It is overcast, cold. It's like 35 degrees right now, with like a 7 to 10 mile an hour northwest wind. We've struggled a lot here in Minnesota. I think this is our 12th or 13th sit, and we've yet to see a shooter buck. So it's hard to remain confident, but they are showing up, while few and far between, and mostly at night. There are still bucks showing up on camera. And this is the time of year where you feel like, they might get on their feet and walk through, even if they're not daylight active in front of the cameras. The spot we're in is the spot that I shot the doe out of early October, darn near a month ago now. Conditions feel right. Might even be, or it already has started spitting a little bit of snow, but forecast has on and off snow throughout the night. So it's one of those nights where you got to be in a tree, and while we haven't seen much and it doesn't really feel like much is going to happen, you never know this time of year. Shooter. I don't know. He's not very big. I'll shoot him if I get a shot. But he's not very big. Oh, he grunted, eh? He's not bad, I don't think. Where is he? He's straight out ahead. He's right here. Is he walking? Yeah, grunt. Did you hear it? No, he's hot on those does. Did you hear it or not? I can't see him now. He rounded the corner. Did you hear it? No. You see him still? Yeah.
Is he across the other side?
Unbelievable. 100% right on that nose trail.
Same spot.
Well, it's about 5:15. And since that buck pushed those does through, we've had 2 different bucks follow their trail, including the first one that was a really good buck. I'm not sure exactly what he was. I mean, he was moving fast, but it looked like he hit at least 5 or 6 on his left side and was pretty wide. And then the second buck was just a forkhorn or something, but one of those does must be hot, because both those bucks did the same thing. Started coming down the ridge like they were going to come right to us, and then hit her trail and turned back and crossed the ditch there. It's like neither of them wanted to do it. So I don't know why that. I mean, that was just bad luck, I think, that she went where she did.
He's a shooter. I don't know. I don't know. Yep. Yeah, he's running through the field right here. Hang on, Alex, he's coming right to us. Just wait, don't move. Don't move. Alex right here. He's a shooter. I don't know, that's up to you. Okay, tell me when. He's down in the ditch. He's down in the ditch. Yeah.
Meh, 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 meh. Got him, didn't I?
You hit him low?
Still see him?
Yep.
So you can just stand there.
Yep.
Well, it's 3:45 on Halloween. And as you see, I just shot a buck. We didn't even have time. It's been an awful day so far. We went way back into the public land scouting and just ended up coming right back to the same tree we've been hunting. And we haven't been in the tree 2 minutes. And all of a sudden a doe come running in and there's a buck behind her. And I shot him at, come in and I had to stop him. He was on a sprint and I shot him at, I don't know, it was probably 25-ish. And he was hard quartering away. And I shot, and right as I shot, the flight of the arrow looked weird. Like the fletchings were way left of the broadhead. But tracking it, it looked like it was good, and we can't tell on this little screen where the hit is. But he took off like he did a little mule kick, and we ran up the hill about 80 yards and stopped. And then he just kind of walked off, and we lost him. And his doe ran down the hill, and he didn't follow her, so I have no idea what to think right now. Obviously don't feel good about it. Looking at it, Carsen thinks it looks good, like it's a heart shot, but I'm worried that I was down below the heart or something. I'm not sure. Don't feel real good right now. We're gonna get down and see if we can find the arrow and go from there, I suppose. Well, it is the morning of November 1st, and we're back here in Minnesota to continue on the blood trail from the buck I hit last night. It's been 16 hours since I shot, and it's about 50-50 everyone we talk to. I think everyone kind of agrees if it hit anything to be a lethal hit, the buck is dead by now, and hopefully within his first couple beds. And if he's not hit lethally, then, you know, he's probably long gone right now at this point. But just to recap, we tracked him about 130 yards last night. After the shot, he ran about 100 and then stopped, and then walked the remaining 30 yards or however far he ended up walking exactly, really slow and hunched over, like he was hit pretty hard. And after reviewing, it looks like the arrow enters behind the shoulder and hits maybe a front rib or sternum or something in there and deflected straight out the front, almost on the same side of the deer. It's a gorgeous morning. The sun's just cracking the horizon. I feel a little guilty that we're not in a tree stand somewhere, but it is what it is, and we gotta do our due diligence to try to find this buck. So we'll see if we can come up with him.
See the coyote? Right there.
Well, we got him. Unfortunately, we weren't the first ones to him. Came up to him and he bedded, I think, 3 times before here, and the whole way following his track there was coyote tracks. I'm guessing they found him sometime this morning. It's a unfortunate reality of deer hunting, of bow hunting. You know, that shot is a couple inches different and that deer dies on camera. Not how we wanted it to end. I mean, we have him. By no means the only good part about this whole deal is the closure of, you know, knowing he's not out there suffering, or, you know, we have him. Just know what happens, and that kind of erases that doubt in your mind. But not able to get any of the meat off this deer, and, you know, that's not how we wanted things to go. It's not how you ever want the kill to have to go down. But like I said, it is what it is. It's bow hunting. It happens, and all we can do is learn from this one and move on, and, you know, try to figure out a way to make that better shot the next time around. I guess the good part of the story is how hard Carsen and I worked over this whole last month and a half here. Season opened September 16th, and the hours driving and the miles on the boots is definitely more than I've ever put in a hunting season. And, you know, just hunting one property, and it took us so long to figure this place out. I mean, we probably had 10 or so hunts without seeing a deer, and we finally were starting to figure them out here in this end of October, and we ended up seeing, I think, 8 different shooter bucks from the same stand. And I believe this is the deer that we saw the first night that we saw that chasing. I believe it was October 28th. Today's Wednesday, November 1st, and the gun season opens on Saturday here, so last night might have been our last hunt regardless. So it took us that long to really figure it out and finally get a crack at a shooter buck. But yeah, so I guess if there's any good part of the story, it's, you know, that Carsen and I worked our butt off here and were able to figure out a new property over the fall, and it was a lot of fun. Very frustrating, a lot of rough times, but thanks, Carsen, for coming along with me and trying to figure it out so much and enduring all those slow, crappy hunts that we had. But thanks for watching and following along, and we'll see you sometime in the stand here in the next couple days behind the camera.